Hey, everybody. Thanks for tuning into this round of EFT tapping that I am getting ready to do with Jen from the Halfway to Dead podcast. And we are going to be tapping today on clarity and trying to kind of figure out prioritization around our energy and all of that stuff that tends to boggle our minds as ADHD entrepreneurs. So I would love to hear from you, Jen, about how this affects you so that we can see what we can do to work on some of those energetic blockages and help you feel better and hopefully everybody else too.
Yes. So I would love help with gaining some clarity and how to prioritize where my energy is best spent. Right?
Okay.
So it's not going in 12 different directions at once. Where is my energy best spent in this current moment?
All right. What usually makes that difficult for you to figure out?
I usually have lots of things I feel like I need to be doing right now. Right? ADHD, I have a lot of creative ideas. I have a lot of places I feel like I want to spend my energy, but I also know I don't have enough of it to do all that. I guess just being able to hone in on what deserves my energy now and what probably can be back burner.
Okay. And then what kind of things do you normally end up thinking or kind of saying in your head when you're feeling like maybe you're not prioritizing things well, or you're not sure what to do next, or you don't feel clear about things?
I think I start to feel overwhelmed with the decision. And so sometimes I just won't make a decision because it just feels too overwhelming and then nothing's getting done. Right. And then my energy is being fully wasted. So I think I start to feel overwhelmed. I start to feel guilt because I'm not accomplishing enough now because I don't know where my energy belongs. And so those are probably some of the things I'm feeling.
And is that something like the prioritization and the lack of clarity? Does that feel like it's something that has gotten worse in middle age, or is that something that feels like it's been with you since a long, long time ago?
I think it's gotten worse in middle age because I've slowed down enough to take care of myself now. When I was just busy, raising kids, doing all the things, it wasn't as obvious to me. I was getting all the things done because I had to. But now that I'm slowing down and starting some self-care, I think it's becoming more of a problem because I am overthinking all the things, right? I'm learning a million things at once. I'm wanting to try them all. So then my energy starts just going everywhere instead of focusing on a place where it would be most beneficial for me.
And then you feel like you're wasting the time. That kind of recreates the loop and the pattern.
It's a loop.
Okay. So I think we've dialed in on kind of the issue, and I have a feeling this is going to resonate with a lot of people. So I think we're onto something good. What I'm going to do, I'm going to ask you a question about this. I'm going to have you rate how much of that feeling it brings up for you. And then we're going to go into the round of EFT tapping, which like I always say is follow the leader. I'm going to tap on a point. You'll tap on the same point. I'm going to say something. You're going to say it back. You can personalize things further or make them more you if you want. I've just collected a little bit of information, obviously. And of course, for any of you tapping along with the video, feel free to do that because EFT loves specificity. The more we can really speak to what's truly bothering us, the more we can release. So when you think, Jen, about everything that's competing for your time and your energy, and then the pressure to figure out what deserves your attention right now, how intense is overwhelm, indecision, or guilt for you if you were rating that from 0 to 10, where 10 is the most and 0 is the least?
Currently, I would say an 8.
Got it. So I'm going to just note that 8 for any of you tapping along. Write your number down. Sometimes you can definitely question when you're done doing something like this, oh, was it really that high to begin with? Write it down. You'll remember that it was, because a lot can change in a few minutes. We're going to start by tapping on the side of the hand, which is known as the karate chop point. And I just kind of use the 4 fingers from the other hand. Doesn't matter which hand. And some of these points we have 2 of. Some of them we have 1 of. It doesn't matter whether you use 2 hands, 1 hand, left hand, right hand. People always ask. Doesn't matter. Just do it in whatever way feels good for you. All right. You ready to give this a try, Jen?
I am.
All right. Even though I have so many places I want and need to put my energy.
Even though I have so many places I want and need to put my energy.
And I can't figure out what deserves me first.
And I can't decide what needs me first.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
Even though all of these choices feel like they have equal importance.
Even though all of these choices feel like they have equal importance.
And I get so overwhelmed trying to choose. Sometimes I choose nothing.
Sometimes I choose nothing.
I honor how hard my brain has been working to protect me.
I honor how hard my brain has been working to protect me.
From making the wrong decision. And even though I feel guilty when my energy gets scattered or wasted,
And even though I feel guilty when my energy gets scattered or wasted,
I'm open to creating enough calm and clarity
I'm open to creating enough calm and clarity
to recognize what matters most right now.
to recognize what matters most right now.
Now we're going to move to the top of the head. There are so many things that compete for my energy.
There are so many things that compete for my energy.
Eyebrow. Ideas, responsibilities.
Ideas, responsibilities.
And they all feel so important
And they all feel so important
that sometimes I don't know where my energy belongs.
that sometimes I don't know where my energy belongs.
And I feel pressure to make the right choice.
And I feel pressure to make the right choice.
And when I can't decide, I freeze.
And when I can't decide, I freeze.
I go in 12 directions or none at all.
I go in 12 directions or none at all.
And then nothing meaningful gets finished.
And then nothing meaningful gets finished.
And I end up feeling guilty that I wasted time and energy.
And then I end up feeling guilty that I wasted my time and my energy.
Maybe part of me believes that there is one perfect choice.
Maybe part of me believes that there is one perfect choice.
Or worries that if I choose incorrectly, I'll lose time or miss something important.
Or if I choose incorrectly, I'll lose time or miss something important.
So it's like my brain is trying to keep every option open.
So my brain is trying to keep every option open.
Because choosing one thing means not choosing everything else.
Because choosing one thing means not choosing everything else.
And sometimes that feels limiting or disappointing.
And sometimes that feels limiting or disappointing.
But keeping everything open is costing me energy too.
But keeping everything open is costing me energy too.
Because indecision is still a decision about where my energy is going.
Because indecision is still a decision about where my energy is going.
I don't need to solve my entire life in this moment.
I don't need to solve my entire life in this moment.
And I'm open to letting this decision become simpler for me.
And I'm open to letting this decision become much simpler for me.
Open to pausing and getting clear before I scatter my energy.
Open to pausing and getting clear before I scatter my energy.
Going within and asking what deserves my attention now.
Going in and asking what deserves my attention now.
Knowing that it is not getting my attention forever, just now.
Knowing that it will not get my attention forever, just now.
I can choose the priority that best supports my values,
I can choose the priority that best supports my values,
capacity, and the current season that I'm in.
capacity, and the current season that I'm in.
And the other ideas don't disappear just because I choose one.
And the other ideas don't disappear just because I choose one.
I'm allowed to place them somewhere safe that I can return to them later.
I'm allowed to place them somewhere safe that I can return to them later.
Knowing that I don't need urgency to create focus.
Knowing that I don't need urgency to create focus.
I get to teach my nervous system that clarity can feel calm.
I can teach my nervous system that clarity can be calm.
And that choosing a direction can create a lot of relief.
And that choosing a direction can create a lot of relief.
My energy is valuable.
My energy is valuable.
And I get to direct it consciously.
And I get to direct it consciously.
What would it take to trust myself enough to choose what matters now?
What would it take to
To
choose what matters now?
I can adjust later if new information emerges.
I can adjust later if new information emerges.
I can be calm first
I can be calm first.
Let clarity come next.
Let clarity come next.
And make one aligned choice.
And make one aligned choice.
And from this moment, I can let one priority be enough.
And from this point, I can let one priority be enough.
All right, Jen, take another nice deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. I just want you to focus back in on the idea of kind of choosing where your energy belongs. What might feel different now when you think about choosing where your energy belongs?
I feel more clear about the decision-making process and that there aren't going to be severe consequences. It's going to be okay, right? Whichever thing I choose to spend my energy on feels like it's divinely guided. It's going to work out. And I love that I don't feel like I have to abandon the other things.
Yeah, that's super important.
And I can change my mind whenever I decide it's necessary.
Always, right? And we forget that sometimes
Yeah.
I think, when we get caught up in the overwhelm. So if you're thinking about that now, that all those things that compete for your time and your energy and the pressure to figure out what deserves your attention, how intense does that overwhelm, indecision, or guilt feel now? 0 to 10.
I feel like after that, I'm rolling around to 2. I feel pretty good.
Awesome.
I think I'll do a few more rounds of that, Theresa. Thank you.
My pleasure. I'm glad we got to try that out together, since you mentioned that was something that you hadn't really gotten to experience in that way before.
Right.
So yeah. And for any of you that are watching this video and doing this and thinking about these kind of shifts for yourself, always love to hear from you. Feel free to give me a shout out on, Instagram, social media, or send me an email, Theresa@teresalearlevine.com. And I'll bet you love hearing from people too, Jen. What's the best way to get in touch with you?
Absolutely. My podcast is Halfway to Dead Podcast. Website's halfwaytodeadpodcast.com, right? And I'm on all the socials too with the same handle. Yep.
Perfect. So yeah, let us know what happened for you, where you started, where you ended, and if any interesting aha moments or breakthroughs happened as you were doing that. Were there any particular parts of that just like really resonated for you, Jen, that like just kind of was like, aha?
I think just the releasing of the guilt that if I choose one, I'm not choosing the others. Right? That resonated really well with me, just because I think that's part of that guilt we have. Like, but if I put all my energy here, am I pulling it from other important places? So knowing that I'm not pulling it, I'm just choosing where it goes for now in the moment. I think that feels really good for me. Yeah.
Awesome. That's a great reflection. Well, thank you for tapping with me. All of you watching, thanks for tapping, and thanks for watching.